Hey everybody, Captain Vulgarity here. Another update of Let's Play Monster Hunter. Well, this update, like I promised, is going to be a very, very special update. As you can see, I have a full Jaggy set, along with my jaw blade. And today we're going to touch on a very, very important concept in Monster Hunter Tri, possibly from earlier games. Gemming. Ignore what I'm doing here. I'm just forging some attack jewels because, well, that's for later. So, gemming. Let's talk about, well, gemming and armor skills. You go under status, go right twice, and here's your armor skills. You might not know what they look like at first, but this is your skill tree, basically. This is how they kind of divvy up all your skills and show, you know, which is the most important. If you use the Wiimote, you know, point B, like hold B on the Wiimote and point at the screen, you can run over the skills, and they'll show you how many points each skill requires to reach a certain level. Now, as you can see on the skill tree, each armor piece adds up to a certain like overall skill in the Jaggy set. In this case, it's attack up small, have stun, and gourmand. And you can check all of these just by using the Wiimote and doing that. The talisman I have is just an auto guard talisman. I find it pretty useless, to be honest. But yeah, as you can see, each skill adds up to a certain number of points towards each active/armor skill. Armor skills / active skills are crucial if you want to learn to play well. Or if you, like, not to learn to play well, but to learn to effectively or more easily play the game. Now, I've already shown... Now, what I'm going to do right now is place an attack jewel, which I just forged, into each one slot piece of armor in the Jaggy set. It already had plus 11 attack skills, and to get up to attack medium, or M, you need 15, so you use jewels to supplement and bring that up, as you can see on the screen right here, all the way up to attack medium. If you can get plus 20 attack skills, you can get it up to attack up large. But that's not possible on this set without a 2-slot weapon, I believe. And even then, you know, you'd want a later... Whoopsies! Spoiler alert! You'd want a later set in the game to do effective damage, and even then. Right here I'm trying to see if I can upgrade negate stun to, like, have stun to negate stun, which you may have seen when I was rolling over it with the Wiimote. Now, I'll be honest, gemming is a little bit confusing and it requires some math skills. But, like I said, if you want to play the game well, you have to learn to gem effectively. And even, I mean, when I started, I'm going to be perfectly honest, I didn't know shit about gemming. I was a complete idiot. And thus, I mean, I could play okay, I could kill stuff pretty well, but I was still a complete idiot because I didn't know how to gem, and I didn't know which skills were most valuable for Greatsword. And in this case, it's attack up M. I mean, gourmand is nice because it doubles the effectiveness of certain... certain stamina increasing items. But it would be better if it could be attack up large or some other skill. But I mean, that's the basic that's like basic gemming right there. If you have a Jaggy set, try to increase from attack up small to attack up medium. It'll give you more attack power, you'll kill monsters faster. Gourmand is also useful. You'll see how that's used. But you'll also notice that Like, I don't believe I showed the skills for the scavenger set, or the leather set, but one of them is speed gathering, which allows you to carve and mine faster. We lost those, so we won't be mining and carving fast. You'll notice that later on. We'll be mining and carving at the regular rate. But yeah, on this set, the 4 skills I have: attack up medium, have stun. Have stun is kind of useless, but negate stun is really useful. Like, have stun just basically halves the chance that you'll get stunned. Duh. Negate stun, no chance you'll get stunned at all. Now you'll notice I'm not even bothering with the subquests on this mission. I've already shown you guys how to get ripened mushrooms. I've already shown you, how to get choice mushrooms. I'm not going to bother with that for this quest. I just want to get it done and over with. And oh my god, look at that. With attack up medium, maybe. With the jaw blade and possibly attack up small or medium, you can one-shot a Jaggy if you hit him in the head. It's so nice. It's so friggin' sweet. Offline. So yeah, learning to gem, real effective. Now you'll notice some of these Altaroth right here are a lot bigger than the ones we've seen before. Like, see, look at the size difference between those two. I think it's like baby Altaroth and mommy and daddy Altaroth or whatever. But point is, the mommy and daddy Altaroth are bigger and therefore they have more health. That was a pretty lucky but pretty sweet kill. Yeah, and charging the greatsword, still, even if it's small monsters, I try to charge the greatsword as much as I can when necessary. Otherwise, it's just not. Otherwise, you're just not using it effectively, and you should probably switch weapons. All right, now I believe I've rambled on. We'll come back to more gemming later when we get when we run into different kinds of talismans, but for now I'm going to leave gemming at that. Say your homework is to experiment with gemming, or I don't know, try and just use the Wiimote and try and see what skills you can improve upon on your set. You have to. I'd say if you're going to start gemming, try to start gemming on like a complete set, like a complete Jaggy or a complete Ludroth or Rathalos or something like that. Spoiler. Names. You don't even know what they are. Why do I care? But yeah, use a complete set first. Don't try to mix armor sets, because then you won't have effective skills. Your defense might be higher, but your skills will not be effective, and you'll just look like an idiot online, and no one skilled will want to play with you. The actual skilled people online are really picky. Well, not entirely. Some people aren't really skilled because they're entirely dependent on their speedrun teams, quote-unquote. But, others can, like, solo Elatron or Devil Joe or something like that. I wanted to use this episode as a sort of an update to what's going on, in the captain's life. Right now, grad school is going well. Everything I've got, every project I've started on, I've gotten an A. Every project, every test, midterm, I've gotten an A so far. Which is good, but it's still only 50% of my grade in my classes. And I've got a final paper in both of them, as well as I've got a final paper in both of them, as well as a final exam that I have to study pretty extensively for sometime just before Christmas. So there probably won't be any vulgar Mario Bros. Wii updates for a while. At least not until the end of... It may happen sometime between Christmas and New Year's. At least I'm hoping so. Maybe it'll even happen on New Year's. I don't know. We might marathon it. But I doubt it. Because Special Asian Friend, I don't know. He likes to go out and talk with women and shit like that. Who wants to do that? It's lame. What a fucking waste of a New Year's. God damn. Anyway. Let's put it this way. Notice I'm always eating meat and drink. I just like health and attacks. And attack up. If you guys want me to use some other kind of food buff, I'll show it off. But I'll probably just stick with the health and attack food boost for all of them. Oh yeah, and you can also use the Wiimote to look at all these... To look at all the feline food skills you'll get when you use the eatery, the canteen, I guess. It's, you know, pretty nice. But yeah, vulgar projects won't be until, at the very earliest, the end of December, the end of this month. Sometime around then. If not then, sometime in January. As for Monster Hunter, there may be something... I may do something between the 11th and the 20th. The 11th is when my last paper is due, and the 20th is when my my final exam is. So who knows, really. I may, it really depends, because these are graduate school level papers and they're really draining the life out of me because I hate research papers. Luckily only one's a research paper, the other's critical thinking, which is kind of nice. So yeah, we're doing... What are we doing? Oh yeah, Crystal Bones. Easy enough. Notice I don't have a torch, but you can probably easily see everything in the cave. I play with my brightness level very high, so... And I think the brightness level on the Hopog HD PVR is really bright too. So yeah, recap: vulgar projects not till the 30th, not till past the 20th sometime, possibly into January sometime. And the other thing, Monster Hunter, maybe sometime between the what is it? Yeah, maybe sometime between the 11th and the 20th. But till then, this will be the last update for Monster Hunter. So as you've noticed, I've collected enough crystal bones to complete the quest. But you know, I want to kill the Gigi because the Gigi, the subquests for killing the Gigi are pretty good. Like, you can get Gigi stingers, which are useful for creating perception jewels, which are decorations you can attach to your set in order to give you Capture Guru. Capture Guru is one of my favorite skills in the game because it makes it so easy to just, when you're fighting a monster, because it's the closest thing you have to a boss meter or a health bar. So yeah, that's what I like about Capture Guru. What else is there? Like, I'll explain more about gemming later on, but if you're really, like, you have to be a little bit good at math to be, to catch on to the gemming thing quickly. And it does take some practice. You have to play around with sets, and, you know, But I'm really serious about the gemming part. It is extremely important, and there's so many people online who do not know how to gem. It depresses the nerd within me. And here, these are horrible creatures that need to die. These guys they are annoying as hell. They charge around and knock you over, send you flying when you're trying to fight a monster. They are the single worst of God's creations. Or in this case, Capcom plays God. Which, you know, I'm sure makes sense. And if you try to hit him in the head, you won't do nearly as much damage. Like, watch. See? But you can stun him. And that leaves him vulnerable to a nice big chop on the abdomen. Though I'm pretty sure their tails are the weak point. I'm not sure. I don't use game FAQs or the wiki regularly. Like, I just go by what I've learned from attacking the monsters throughout the game. I'm not a hardcore researcher, that's why I hate research papers. I don't read that often. I think it's annoying. And, yeah, as soon as Renault flows disappear, more pop out of the ground. Like zits. Yeah, I think that's an app name. They're pretty much just the zits of Monster Hunter. Now, Renault Flow Scalp are useful for making certain armor and weapons later on. But we'll get into that later. Oh yeah, one other future plan. For those of you who are curious about Monster Hunter Arena play, I'm going to be including that, but it's going to be bonus content that's kind of divided out between urgent quests. Meaning, let me explain. When I finish all the 2-star urgent quests, you know the major monsters that I fought in 2-star quests are just the Great Jaggy. So I'm only going to be fighting the Great Jaggy in just the Great Jaggy arena quest. Once I get through once I start on the 3-star quests and finish the 3-star urgent quests, all the major big monsters that I fought within the 3-star urgent quests, I will fight subsequently in the arena in one comprehensive video. And so on and so forth until I finish all the urgent quests. Which, that'll be fun. So yeah, update for those of you who were wondering if I still play Monster Hunter Online. Yes, I do. I haven't been on very recently. But, I mean, the main things that I'm doing right at the moment are, like, my main goals for Monster Hunter are, number 1, get better talismans, which has been my goal since HR fucking 500. And my other goal is basically to reach HR 999. Once I hit that, and most of that, I don't clust, ever. Don't ask me to clust. I do not like clusting. I don't like the concept of it. I've never even done it. When I was with a team of 3 other clusters, I just used the greatsword and chopped his tail off. Chopped Alatreon's tail off. I don't clust Alatreon. The only thing I do for major HR bonuses is speedrunning Berrylos, or Fiery Skies Frozen Fields, as it's known. That's basically it, so yeah. I feel like I'm sorry, I just couldn't clust Elatreon ever. It would just feel too much to me like cheating. And see, when you eat the ration there, it boosts your max. You'll notice that it doubled the effectiveness of the ration. It basically gave you the same stamina boost as a well done steak. So Gourmand is actually really useful in my opinion. It's just too bad that it doesn't come with any, other fairly decent skills. I don't know anything about Scavenger though. I mean, I've never obtained the Scavenger skill. I wouldn't know what it's used for though. So if anybody knows anything regarding Scavenger, let me know. I'd be interested. But yeah, what we're doing right here is the most annoying mission anywhere. Single player or multiplayer. Farming Delex for Monster Guts. Oh my god. This mission is the most annoying thing to deal with in online or offline. It takes forever, especially if you haven't prepared Sonic Bombs. Like, Sonic Bombs make it super easy to take care of these guys. You run by them, you run close, boom, throw them out, they flop out onto the ground, and you just annihilate them. But when you run out of Sonic Bombs, things get a little bit tricky. Basically, there's no instant way to knock them out of the ground. You literally have to, run halfway across the world. Basically, not literally, but basically, you have to run halfway across the fucking desert to chase them down, get their attention, and then you can attack them. Because there's no way you're going to be able to hit them from here. Unless you're like, oh, I don't know, Pro Gunner X2000 or something like that. Yeah, but once you get their attention, they start spitting sand at you. And I mean, normally I'd be charging these fuckers, but I have no idea how long they're going to stay above ground. So I'm just going to spam a lot until I get what I want. Noob GS for the win. No. Like, if you're watching this Let's Play, you're going to see proper greatsword technique usage. At least as far as I'd see, because I main the weapon for the most part. So once we get to fighting the bigger monsters, you're going to see how to at least semi-effectively, effectively by my standards, use the greatsword to kill monsters. Now I've got enough monster guts, but I think I'm one Delex short of killing a whole slew of 8 and finishing the subquest. So, you know what? Gotta run all the way back to Area 10, knock out another Delex, blah 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 blah. And then we gotta run all the way back to camp. This is why this mission is so annoying. Hopefully this will mean like the end of the gathering quest. At least I hope. Well, not the end, but at least, the vast majority of gathering quests. Because let's be honest, we're all tired of gathering at this point. We want to hunt. You want to hunt shit. You want to kill shit. You want to get better armor, better items, and so on. Unless you're like Vagabond and you wanted every armor in the game. And you organize it specifically in such a way in your box that you'd literally take like 10 minutes after each quest to organize your shit. I mean, if it works for you, sure, but I'll stick to auto sort. I can fiddle my way through my box relatively quickly, so I don't really need to organize my box like that. So yeah, that's the Delex mission. Thankfully, I have attack up medium, but I won't be able to get I won't be able to get to what is it? I forget what I was gonna say. Well, regardless, I mean, that takes care of that. So yeah, I think that's all I had to talk about. Recap. No vulgar videos till after the 20th. No, let's see. No more possibly a Monster Hunter video between the 11th and 20th, and then thereafter I'm free for winter break until I start up grad school again. I'm only taking it through the spring, I believe, just to get a certificate. And then from there, I may pursue the Masters, but I'm not sure. We're doing Shakalaka Savior next, which shouldn't take that long. Which is why it's a maybe that it might happen sometime between the 11th and 20th. But, you know, holiday hours get really crazy when you work in a grocery store. So, yeah. Speaking of which, Special Asian friend from the Vulgar crew, he's back down to just 40 hours a week. So he can hang out every weekend without any problems or any needs to sleep. So, like, any extreme sleep needs. So we at least have that. Oh yeah, I'm going to show off one more thing. We're going to upgrade our armor. You've noticed before that the armor defense was up to 51? Well, if you upgrade it using all the armor spheres we've gotten, it adds up to 61 now. And just for the hell of it, let's upgrade them some more, because we're going to be fighting some tougher monsters later on, and I'd like to have my defense relatively high, since, let's be honest, Greatsword, not exactly the best weapon for evasion-type tactics. You're really heavily stuck. Like, once you start charging, you're stuck. That's basically it. Well, I guess that... So, yeah. Special Asian friend... So, we may be more likely to make more vulgar videos in the future. I don't mean to pawn off one of these videos as sort of an update video, but I felt like it would be necessary. I felt like it would be more into... Like, just... I don't know. I felt it would be better just because. You know... It's just boring harvesting quest. Who cares? God, not me. Well, see you on the next update, folks, whenever that is. Captain Vulgarity, signing out.